Bro, they want you to have, why do they want you to get 7,000? 7,000. Why? Why that? We need to Oh shit, I can't go and save it now. Oh fuck, we're screwed. Oh, thank you. Oh, I was worried. Oh my god. Alright. Yes.
For quite some time, especially during the summer, where support has just been extremely slow. And of course, Phil dropped it.
Oh yeah, we're definitely. I want one of those. Nah, let's get two of them. And then I want one that heals the whole party. Okay, that's off. Nice. 5, 13. Oh, I can only get one.
It's been a little while since your boy Duty has been waiting for this video to drop, and it finally occurred. You guys know I've been talking.
Um, Oh, I can't get back there now? Oh.
crying emojis in the chat. Oh my lord, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little while since your boy Duty has been waiting for this video to drop, and it finally occurred. You guys know I've been talking about it for quite some time, especially during the summer, where support has just been extremely slow. And of course, Phil dropped it last night. That's right. The BegCon. BegCon 1 alert. Oh my lord, that's right. Our boy Phil has dropped the first alert. And mind you, he's just making everyone aware. Awareness is the key word of this video, folks. Awareness. Oh my lord, our boy Phil couldn't hold it in anymore and decided to drop the beg video. Let's see what Phil has to say.
I've noticed a pattern this week. I want to end this week on this note. This week I noticed good amounts of super chat, good amounts of memberships and gifted membership. What really happened this week is the tips have really dipped. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I can count on one hand the number of streams that we hit our tier 1 tips goal this week. And that's like something that used to be a given, that every stream I was hitting 50 bucks, and I put on the Gunner glasses. That's why it was the tier 1 goal. And now it's like, I'm rarely doing it. And the funny part about all that is, I was doing better all summer, playing Street Fighter 6, doing the RPGs I was playing, you know, GTA 5. You know, I was actually legitimately doing better this summer than I'm doing now when new releases are out, playing games like and Starfield, and you know, continuing with Street Fighter 6. And is it concerning? Let me put it this way: the support is there. It's not that people aren't supporting the streams; it's that people are seeming to support in a way that's a little different. You know, I'm used to having at least a certain amount of tips coming in because that's the money I use for daily stuff. You know, going grocery shopping, getting a nice dinner with my wife, paying for games. This, you know, when Mortal Kombat is coming up here and they refund me, the rest of the money's coming from tips and stuff. So
okay, let's deal with this notion really quick that he was doing great during the summer, but just all of a sudden this support has dropped. Okay, April 2023, he made $4,658 for the month, tips and super chats. May, he made $6,879. June, $5,765. July, $4,007. And August, $3,386. Apparently this man doesn't look at his figures. He doesn't look at his financial information. Apparently he doesn't keep track of any of this because he's not aware that this summer was atrocious. And of course, September is just lining up to be just as bad. So Phil, this whole, you know, you're noticing a pattern. This pattern's been going on since May, Phil. And you're just realizing this? I think you've realized this for quite some time. But because you tied yourself in knots with with portraying and putting out this vibe that you're no longer a beggar, you can't come and beg like you would normally do. Normally, you would have dropped 2 or 3 videos, separate special announcement videos on your channel, essentially begging. That's what you would have done, Phil. Yeah. But of course, you can't do that because people like myself are just going to call you out for the beggar that you are. Because we all know that it's just a mask that you put on to give this appearance, this illusion that you're in it for the game and you're in it for the love of doing YouTube, when we all know that that's factually bullshit, Phil. All you care about is the money. And that's why you decided to do your daily rap. You took 15 minutes out of your day to do a daily rap, which of 8 minutes was essentially you making people aware. That's the key word, folks. Making people aware that you've noticed a pattern in slow support. Okay, Phil, let's keep going.
it's a little weird. And to give you guys some perspective, because again, I'm trying to be transparent. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm trying to spread awareness of what's going on with me, okay? I make my living on stream contributions. That's it. I don't get a lot of behind-the-scenes support from, say, ad revenue on YouTube. It's all reliant on these contributions during the streams. And basically, since I left Twitch 2.5 years ago, I had a consistent amount of subscribers over there, paid subscribers. It was 800 to 900 a month. since I came to YouTube, I've lost a lot of that. Okay, I'm down to barely having 500 a month. There's months where they explode, but then usually they dip. So only having 500 paid subscribers, you're talking a significant amount of lost income that I had over on Twitch. And I'll be honest, things like cheers over there, they were called cheers, and things were much higher on Twitch. A lot of gifted memberships and things would happen because of Amazon Prime. I don't get that on YouTube, right?
Okay, this is what annoys me about Phil. He's being selective with his facts. What about DSP Reacts? You have nearly 120 members on DSP Reacts. So right now you have 540 members on DSP Gaming, and you have 120 on DSP Reacts. That's 660 members, Phil. Which of how many are Ultra supporters that cough up 20 bucks? How many, Phil? Huh? How many? So this notion that you're not making the money you were making on Twitch is bullshit. Is bullshit. You're on track to make about 115 to 120K this year on YouTube. And that's what you were making on Twitch the last few years. And the simple fact that you're trying to guilt trip people into, oh, I'm not making the money that I was making on Twitch, that's your fucking problem, Phil. Nobody gives a fuck, really, Phil. Nobody cares. You like to use that word, fuck? No one gives a fuck? Yeah, no one gives a fuck about your money, Phil. Just because you're too stupid to keep your partnership, because again, you lost your partnership not because of the trolls, not because of the detractors. You lost your partnership because of your hateful slurs, the way you mistreat people, the way you trash people, the way you talk down to people, your homophobic, your racist slurs. That's why you are no longer a Twitch partner. And you know what? Nothing's changed. And I'm just waiting for the day that YouTube finally realizes that you're that same racist, homophobic, misogynist asshole, and they kick you out of the YouTube partner, and then you got to crawl over and either do Facebook Gaming or Rumble or one of those other pathetic secondary, third world sites over there, Phil.
So when I set up my tip goal tiers of $50, $100, and $150 per stream, I set them up with the expectation that hopefully every stream I would at least hit like a tier 1 goal. If I got lucky and I hit like a tier 2 goal, that was like a nice bonus that would help. But trying to be in line with what I need to make a living and everything and pay my bills, it was around, trying to raise that 50 bucks a stream, okay? Nothing didn't have to happen every stream, but, had to happen at least several times a week, to kind of make ends meet. And the good news is, again, everything else is great. The supplemental of super chats and memberships has been pretty good. But I've noticed distinctly this week for some oddball reason, I can't even explain it. I'm playing a new game in Starfield, right? For some reason, support actually dipped big time this week with the tips, and it's a lot. It's not a little, it's a lot. I was getting consistent tips all the time, and now it's like a rarity if I'm hitting the tier 1 tips goal. Tonight Street Fighter, I made 20 bucks. Earlier today, Starfield, I didn't even make the tips call. So, yeah.
Okay, Phil, the reason why you're not hitting the tip goal is because you lost one of your whales, Game Trucker. Game Trucker would come in every single day and drop 30 bucks. That is the reason why you were hitting the tier 1 tip goal consistently from May all the way to now, right? Or to August, right, Phil? That's why you were hitting it. So the mere fact that you lost one whale, one pay pig, one dent, and your business is in shambles speaks volumes, Phil. It speaks volumes about you. You lost one pay pig, one dent, and now you're here crying, doing the BegCon, right? Making everyone aware that you're not enjoying or you believe that the support is incorrect or wrong, right, Phil? How pathetic, Phil. You lose one person, Phil. You need to reconsider your business model. You need to go back to the drawing board, Phil, and figure out what is going on. And the simple fact that you're playing 2 new games. Well, Armor Core isn't that new, but you're playing 2 new games. AAA games, right? And you can't manage to hit a tier 1 tip goal, Phil. That's saying something. And the other thing, Phil, is like I mentioned earlier with the support in the summer, it was trash. And you were playing games. You were playing retro games, but you were still playing games, right, Phil? And support was still trash. Maybe, Phil, just maybe, why don't you go to the bathroom, right? Turn on the light, clean your eyes, and look in the mirror. Take a hard look in the mirror, Phil. And maybe you may say to yourself, you know what? Maybe the problem is me. And then, once you've come to that acceptance and that realization that you're the problem, then maybe things can change, Phil. But until then, you're going to keep living this pitiful existence of having to rely on the generosity of strangers.
Yeah, it's a problem. If it keeps happening. This week it happened a ton. So I'm wondering what's gonna happen because next week we got the releases. Next week it's a balance between Armored Core, Starfield, Cyber 6, and Trigger in my React show. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't want to sit here and talk about it. I don't, because you guys support it. It's just an alarming pattern. I hope it's not something that's gonna stay like that, because that would be bad. So, I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe you've been busy. Maybe you have been playing Star Citizen yourself. You know, if you can come back this week and support in some way, I'd really be appreciative of it. It would help because this week was actually slow. So, hopefully next week we pick it up a little bit and make up for it. I guess we'll see. Okay? Again, I'm not someone who shows products to you. I'm not someone who runs and clicks ads all day. I'm someone who, you know.
Maybe, Phil, maybe you should do that. Maybe you should get sponsorships. Oh, wait a minute. You can't get sponsorships because nobody would touch you with a 10-foot pole because you're a toxic asshole. That's right, Phil. You're a toxic asshole. That's why you have no sponsorships whatsoever. It's not your detractors. It's not your trolls. It's not these companies that expect you to shill for them. No, Phil. It's you. You are a terrible human being, and the simple fact that you're sitting here at, this was about what, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? 1 o'clock in the morning my time, doing a 8-minute segment begging people and essentially making them aware that the tips and the support isn't what you expect speaks volumes.
All this, you're like, oh, I didn't know that. All right, maybe I'll come back next week and support in some way. Thank you. That's the reason I'm bringing this up. Not because I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not, you know, demanding anything. You can't make anyone contribute. I'm telling you like it is. So hopefully awareness will make people say, okay, how about next week? Okay? All right. I'm not here tomorrow. All right? Come back on Friday. Tomorrow I'll be spending time with my wife, by the way. Today was Wednesday. She wanted to get into the Starfield. Tomorrow we're actually going out and doing some fun stuff together. Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Use the wife, Phil. Use the wife as an excuse to beg, right, Phil? Is that what you're doing now? Huh? Using the wife? You don't mention her whatsoever in the last like 2 months that her birthday's coming up, but all of a sudden when tips are slow, you trounce out your horse for sympathy, huh, Phil? I'm sorry, you get no sympathy whatsoever. No sympathy, because we all know you're not going to do a goddamn thing for her birthday, and even if tips would have been great this week, you wouldn't have spent any of the money on her. You would have came up with some contrived lie that the restaurant you were supposed to go to had asbestos, and you guys couldn't eat there, so you decided to go to Burger King and get her a chicken sandwich, you know, share a chicken sandwich. And she was happy with that because she got to go home and play Starfield for 18 hours. Yeah, okay, Phil.
I get at least we're having variety in gameplay rather than just being the same games, okay? All right, well, guys, again, I had a great time this week. I always do. You know, I always chill with you guys. We have a great time together. I hope that you guys did too. Hopefully we don't have this pattern going on next week because it is concerning. You know, I didn't want to really bring it up all week, and all of a sudden today I was like, wow, you know, this was literally a whole week where tips were like almost, you know, so low. Did I even hit a hack goal this week? Did I? I actually don't even think I did because I'm looking at all my hats here. I'm like, I don't think I touched a single hat this week. Maybe the premiere stream of Starfield, right? That's what it was. The premiere stream of Starfield did good, and since then that was it. That's right. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for everything this week. And I hope to see you Friday for an awesome day back. All right? Be safe. Have a good Thursday. See you Friday. Peace out. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has.
That's right, folks. Phil's life has been tough. He's going to be regular. He can't. Tips are slow. He can't eat ham sandwiches. He can't even eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He is regulated to saltine crackers and water. That's right, folks. That's right. He is now down to saltine crackers and water. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Expect a few more beg videos. And I'm pretty sure he's going to see this and he'll come back on Friday and bitch and complain about the detractors making a huge thing about him begging. Of course, he's not begging. He was just making everyone aware. So my apologies, Phil. I didn't mean to say you were begging. You were just bringing awareness. That's right. Awareness.
So how's everyone? I just got the chat open to see what you guys are talking about. How's everyone tonight? Oops. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're ready for some Street Fighter 6 action as I try Luke for the second time, essentially, really, when you think about it. Get set up here. Hello, Arton? Ayrton? I don't know how to pronounce your name. How are you? Alright, so favor to ask everyone tonight, please support the stream. Alright? This week, in particular, we had some really great days and some really slow days. They're kind of evening out. I really would appreciate a strong finish tonight. We didn't even hit the tier 1 tips goal on the earlier stream. So any kind of contribution would be greatly appreciated tonight. A tip, a super chat, a membership. I will shout them out between the matches when I get the chance. All right? Please support Street Fighter, especially now you've been asking for other characters besides Blanca and Honda, and I'm giving you one. Although I'm probably going to lose a lot tonight. We'll see. Wow, I'm not getting Drive Rush at all. Playing terribly. Absolutely terribly. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh no! I wanted super. What? Huh? I have no idea. So I shot my super. I got the wrong move. I got the dash instead. So I lost the game with the drop corner combo. And then I tried to jump out of his drive impact. I was in the air and his drive impact somehow hit me against the wall. Okay. Guys, please support the stream tonight if you want to see me try other characters like Luke, because I have noticed distinctly recently that support for Street Fighter 6 has been dwindling. That's not good, obviously. The game that I love, I want to get better at it with other characters than just two, but I do need people to come out and support the stream. So if you could support it in any way tonight, I would appreciate it. Thank you. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. I got too much shit on the screen. I can't even play right now. I can't. I'll just let him beat me the round. I got other shit I gotta do. tried to block high. I couldn't do it. That's game. I couldn't block high at all. When she does move, it just hits me anyway, as if I'm not blocking at all.
Hey, whatever.
I don't get it. It doesn't affect me, right? Exactly. Okay. Alright. Alright, guys. So, second half of the stream now. Again, if you guys are enjoying the gameplay tonight with Lucas, I'm trying to learn. Please support the stream in some way. Liking the stream is a great way to help. Considering we have almost 400 viewers, 36 likes, it would be great if we get some more. Super chats and memberships. I want to say thank you to Only Eyes Possible. Tremendous membership. Any super chats tonight or further memberships would be great. And of course, tips. Like I said, guys, tips actually slowed down a lot this week. I don't think, I'm going to be honest, did we even hit a single hat goal this week? We rarely even hit the Gunner Glass line. So it would be great tonight if you could support with some tips tonight. Even $1, seriously, would be nice of you if you like this content. Okay, if you appreciate it. Okay. We're gonna continue on here. Like I said, definitely more casual play. I'm not feeling comfortable with Luke right now to try to do any kind of like rank placements. I feel like my execution is very poor.
Correct.
672, number 1, I hate to tell you this, but Community Nights didn't get any more support than any other Street Fighter game. Number 2, I didn't know if I was going to do casual all night long or not. I was maybe going to do ranked tonight. Like I said, I was going to maybe do a little bit of casual. I really didn't feel comfortable with it after the hour. The real question is, why are you sitting around complaining all night? Really? Why does it bother you so much? That I actually play the game and try to get better at it? What's wrong with that? You don't like people getting better at video games? Why, you have a pet peeve about people playing and learning? Blocked it. Oh no, my fault. I had it and I didn't do it. That was drive impact punish. I didn't punish. Very stupid of me. That would have been a good combo. I blew it. now I'm burnt out too. Disadvantage. Instead of doing something, I just stood there and took it a third time. Amazing. Wow. Okay, dropped my combo. Interesting. I definitely pressed something, but you can see she can dash, instantly throw from 2 fighting leg distances for giant damage. It's absolutely ridiculous. Gifted memberships earlier. That pretty much made it a good night. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for that, it would have been an incredibly slow night for any kind of support. So thank you. We got 60 likes. And a stream where we had over 350 people the entire stream. People wouldn't even give it a like. I mean, come on. Sorry, I can't always be playing top-tier gameplay. You said you wanted a new character. I'm trying to learn the new character. I need to practice. Same fucking person. God damn it. This week. You know, you know me. I'm transparent and honest. A little nervous about tips right now. Tips have actually slowed down a ton this last week. In fact, I was saying, you know, this week, I barely hit a goal. Like, take a look. 20 bucks. Earlier today, 40 bucks. I'm not even hitting the tier 1 goal. You know, and those goals were set up for a reason. Those goals were set up 2.5 years ago when I moved from Twitch to YouTube as a way to say, hey, you know, this is what I kind of need to raise each stream to make up for the fact that I had lost all that consistent sub support over there. Remember, when I was on Twitch, I had 800 plus subs a month, like consistent. Over here, as you can see, it ain't like that, right? It's just not. Nothing I can do about it. So I've been trying to make up for that. You know, for a while things were going real good, and now all of a sudden this whole week like slowed down a ton. It's like, how is it that this week when there's new releases like Starfield, I actually did worse this week than when I did all summer when there was no new releases? I don't know. I actually did better during the longer RPGs, during the streams of GTA and stuff like that. So it's concerning. I hope that next week we come back a little bit, you know, better. I don't know. We'll see. And go from there. I'm excited for what's next week. We are getting refunded for MK1, so it looks like I'll be able to start MK1 a week from Friday. We'll start the story mode because I'll get the better edition. That's early, so we'll play MK1 a little earlier than originally planned for the story mode and offline content, which should be great. But yeah, hopefully when I come back next week, great gameplay. You guys will chill with me, and hopefully the support will pick up a little bit, and we'll go from there. All right? All right. Yeah, no, zero chance I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. I've told you guys this a million times. I have no idea why anyone at this point would be asking me why I would be playing Baldur's Gate. I've answered the question 400 times. Okay. Guys, thank you. Please enjoy the evening and enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off. All right? I hope you all have a safe day. If you get caught up on anything that I'm playing right now, please enjoy. Please engage with likes and comments if you're enjoying the video. That helps the channel, and I'll see you all when I come back Friday. Friday will be interesting. I'll be talking all about our day off tomorrow, which we're actually going to be doing some fun stuff and go from there. All right?
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code.
Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip.
So yesterday was Sunday, also known as React Day. What that means is every Sunday I do my React show, DSP versus the Internet, over on my sister channel, DSP Reacts. That's youtube.com/@DSP Reacts.
The reason I don't get a job, you act like you were going to donate anyway, man. You don't want this game, donate $100. I'll play Rainbow. You see, like Rick Jelly at Cook talking like he knows what happened to my DoorDash account. See, all you're doing is repeating a fake narrative.
Wings. Wings never changes. Since the dawn of Richard, he's been crying and blaming all of his life's problems on anything but himself due to narcissism and gluttony. Years on, Richard's life has become an uninhabitable abyss of Pepsi Cola and Wendy's chili boxes. It was in this modular home Wings was born, and it is here that Wings will die, because in Trailer 101, no one ever enters and no one ever leaves, because Wings never changes.
Crack open the morning's water bottle.
Again.
All right. So, looking cute today. Thank you, JD93.
Come closer.
This video game's too scary. I'm sorry. Starfield come out today for Game Pass users. Tomorrow comes out tomorrow for Game Pass users.
Let's have a little fun.
But you're not here for heroics,
She's actually cute for a
are you?
tiefling.
Avernus' stench is all over your skin.
Just help me sleep. Thanks, Jordan. You're welcome, Gabby. You sound like you have allergies. When I wake up, I'm kind of backed up usually, yeah. You act like you were going to donate anyway, man. To be fair, you actually have to have a high IQ to understand that the humor is extremely subtle. Without a solid grasp of theoretical physics, most of the jokes go over. I wouldn't say that.
Armed scribes.
It's like Lord of the Rings on Game Boy. I haven't got to the romantic stuff yet. I'm not super surprised average Wings trolls will find this game daunting intellectually. John Bonner, you said you don't like Gale. Is that because of he's basically has to destroy magical items? Is that what you don't like about him? You play D&D with other people like the board game Wings? I used to stream D&D.
I have a question for you.
But I quit playing D&D in 3.5. So like I never learned 4th edition or 5th edition. So I'm learning 5th edition right now. Some of Wings' old playthroughs on, yeah, those aren't very good though. I wouldn't suggest sending people to them. That was back when I just was knocking shit out just to knock shit out. like I wouldn't hold those to a standard I'd want to do with Let's Play currently. If I remember correctly, last fall at New Vegas stream, you said you were going to do a full Let's Play on it. I am Junebug eventually. Alejandro, if you don't want this game, donate $100. I'll play Rainbow. If not, just be quiet, dude. We understand you don't want to watch the game. There's, you know, we live in this world where like you literally can click the back button and there's a search bar that has millions of videos ranging from cop chases to like, you know, book readings to, you know, political opinions to other games that you might like more. You know, that it's almost amazing that you have all this entertainment at your fingertips. I hate when this game does like this right here. It kind of like hangs. Like it's like, see, if you look here, the green are regular actions, orange are bonus actions. So like if I wanted to, I can use Healing Word on myself right now and still move into attack. And I got it tangled again. Ugh. Let's see what we got here. Rainbow Six will increase viewers and donations, plus it's actually fun. I don't got anybody to play Rainbow with right now, and I usually start the day off with Baldur's Gate. Good morning, Pimp. I'm in a give mood. Can I treat you to DoorDash breakfast? Not really, man. Like my thing is like if you do DoorDash.
Cops are usually dealing with people and criminals they've never seen before. But what happens when instead it's their own friends that they have to arrest?
Ain't nobody jumped out, Buck.
Yes, they did, Kevin. Did they
Stay
not?
out of this, Kevin.
Here are 3 examples of this happening, starting with the case of Buck Preston.
Buck. What? You know you ain't got. Damn, Michael. You know you ain't got a driver's license.
Don't do this, please.
I got to.
Man, goddamn, Michael. Please.
I got to.
No, listen to me.
No.
Please, just listen
Sheriff
to me.
sent me.
The
Sheriff, Captain. I mean, they've seen you driving. We gotta get you.
One of the cons to small-town living is that everybody knows each other, including the cops. The town sheriff claims to have seen Buck driving his Chevy pickup, but nearly every cop in town knows he doesn't have his license. So what else is there for Buck to do to try and explain his way out of it?
I'm telling you, I'm just trying to tell you something. Listen, if you listen to me. The person that was driving this truck just jumped out of the fucking on goddamn Lake Morality, and goddamn, I had no other way to get it here, buddy. I swear to God, I'm not going to drive it no more. I promise you.
I got to.
God damn, Michael, please.
31 to 28. You 51 this way?
That's crazy, bro. I just passed it.
You just passed him?
Yeah, on 67.
turn around
No, he didn't. I swear to God, he didn't. I just swear to God, if you listen to me, bro, I swear to God.
We're about to right now. Sure, if he's stating someone jumped out behind the wheel.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get my truck on. That's it.
But
bro, I swear to God,
you can't
bro.
get a driver's license in the state of Florida, dude. That's how bad it is.
Buck's story is that his friend was driving his truck, but ditched him out near a lake, leaving him with no option but to drive back home himself. Unfortunately for Buck, though, we are in the 21st century, and the officer reminds him he could have just called someone with a license to drive him back, and that he still broke the law regardless of the circumstances. Predictably, Buck wasn't very happy about this.
I get it, but man, you still can't drive, bro. Pull it off the road and wait till someone has a valid license.
What?
Let's go.
That's crazy, dude. Would you tell him?
Let's go, Buck. I'm not playing this game.
What are you doing? I'm telling you the truth.
Nobody jumped out.
God damn it!
I'm 1031 foot.
Man, I'm trying to tell you something.
Ain't nobody jumped out, Buck.
Yes, they did. Kevin, did they
Stay
not?
out of this, Kevin.
Did they not?
Kevin, back up.
Kevin, you stay out of this.
Did they not jump out?
Back up, Kevin.
God damn, dude.
I'm trying to get respect when you gonna run from me like that. Get up.
Despite the chase not lasting very long at all this did was add an extra charge to Buck's already fairly long list. And given how close everyone seems to be here, you just know this police chase is gonna be the talk of the town. Part of the struggle on the ground had to be cut, but the cops reported that Buck resisted so hard that they had to deploy a taser to make him calm down. The footage returns when Buck was fully restrained and handcuffed. Buck was taken to the officer's patrol vehicle and driven back to the station. Obviously angry, he decided to make the conversation on the way back personal.
I don't talk to you about your mom in this. Leave my family out of this, dog.
Would she be proud of you for sticking that fucking taser to me when I was not even resisting when you done that?
You're resisting.
What the fuck I was? You had me.
Yeah, that's why we had each other in headlocks. Whatever. Look, Buck. Stop bringing my mom into it.
There's little information about what happened to Buck after this video, but it's likely he was charged with driving without a license and resisting arrest. There's an argument that Buck could also be hit with fleeing to elude an officer, but this is a felony that comes with a 5-year prison sentence. It's more likely the officer gave his friend the misdemeanor charge worth just a couple months in jail. It's unlikely the suspects in this next case got the same treatments though, as it wasn't just a civilian caught breaking the law, but also their cop friend.
Hello, how you doing? Reason I stopped you is your right brake light is out. Who do you work for?
So did you stop me because my right brake light is out?
Yeah.
Or did you stop me to ask me who I work for?
Well, I'm asking you both.
Yes.
What?
DCS.
DCS. What's DCS?
You don't know it.
Department of Children's Services?
As he mentioned, the suspect named Petra Edgerton was originally pulled over for a broken brake light, but the officer quickly noticed something else, a police badge around Petra's neck. Firstly, this cop doesn't recognize the supposed officer, But it's also unusual to see a police officer driving around in a broken car. Something feels off. So the cop decides to investigate further.
See your license then? Do you have your badge on you? Like your ID badge?
ID badge for
being a police officer.
this is what you're asking me all those questions.
Right.
Saying stop my right brake light.
So if you're a police officer, you understand what probable cause is, right?
So what's the probable cause?
Your right brake light's out.
My right brake light wasn't out. It was probably out of the gas tank.
Yeah, it is. It's out right now.
The car wasn't even on. It was probably out of the
Doesn't
gas
matter. You're driving with a brake light out on the streets, so it's an equipment violation. I saw it when you were pulling out.
At this point, the brake light issue is the least of the cops' worries. It's difficult to classify what exactly an off-duty officer is supposed to act like, but something about Pectra is triggering alarm bells for the cop. She's acting defensive, being closed off, and giving strange, vague answers to questions that a real cop would be able to answer. So it's time to quit the games and figure out exactly what's going on here.
Look, long story short, I just want to know who you work for.
And that's the issue. Why do you want to know who I work for?
Because I've never seen you around here before. You're not a police officer that works here.
You don't know who I am.
That's right.
You never seen me.
Right. So, are you a police officer or are you not a police officer?
So because a black person walks into a store with a badge and a gun, it's an issue.
That has nothing to do with you being black. Are you a police officer or you're not a police officer?
Not a police officer.
You're not a police officer? So why would you go into Quick Trip and get free food with your badge and gun?
Because I'm an officer. You don't have to be a police officer to go in there. I've been doing it for 3 years.
So you're not a certified police officer.
It's not probable cause. It's a personal thing.
There are a dozen ways for a cop to prove that they work for a certain agency. For example, she could give the name of her department and supervisor and have the cop check the names with them. This would only take a couple minutes, and any real cop would know this, so the fact that she's getting defensive instead and turning this into a personal thing is a huge red flag. It's also clear that Pectra doesn't seem to realize what she actually did wrong. Just minutes earlier, she was seen inside the store presenting her badge and gun to the cashier and walking out with free food. This isn't just cop impersonation, it's theft. So the cop needs to get to the bottom of this.
Did I steal from
Are you yeah, if you're not a police officer.
I went up to the register, spoke to the guy that works there and told him I had his drink.
So you're presenting yourself as a police officer with your badge and your gun on the side.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I do understand that. So my issue with you is, you've seen that. You say because you've never seen me before.
So who do you work for?
Out of the store.
Who do you work for? Who is DCS?
How long have you been working?
12 years, 13 years.
How do you not know what DCS is?
There's, like I said, is it Department of Children's Services? What is it? Explain it to me.
I don't have to explain myself to you. If you're going to give me a ticket, tell like me.
Okay. You see your license?
Since he's getting nothing out of Pectra, the cop decides to call up DCS himself, and his suspicions get instantly confirmed.
Who's your supervisor?
What does that have to do with my brake light?
What it has to do with is you've told me you're a police officer or you're an officer for DCS. I've got DCS on the phone. They say you don't work there. So who's your supervisor?
It seems that the suspect knows at least something about policing, as she chooses to remain silent from now on. So the cop turns his attention to the passenger of this vehicle, who at this point hasn't said a word. When he asks for her ID, he gets a huge surprise.
I have one of your employees here, Brandy Green. She was with her friend, Pectra Edgerton. Brandy decided that she was going to give Pectra her badge and her gun to go into Quick Trip and get some food. So I pulled them over for a broken taillight. Pectra was driving. She had the badge on and the gun on. When I pulled them over, she identified herself as a DCS officer and then later admitted to not being a DCS officer. And your employee, Brandy Green, admitted to giving her the gun and the badge to go into Quick Trip to get the free food.
After investigating just a little further, both Pectra and the actual cop, Brandy Green, admit to everything. Following the incident, Brandy resigned from her job at the DCS, and Pectra is facing felony charges for impersonation, carrying a sentence of up to 5 years in prison. There's many more examples of these cops that seem to just forget they also need to follow the rules, just like Corporal Scott Bertzik did on New Year's Day 2021. When Officer Brooke Shutterly arrived at the scene of a car crash, she realized it wasn't just her supervisor at the wheel, but a good friend of hers.
So, reached out for my lighter, slammed into his ass.
Cool.
No, not really.
Not really.
No.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Your car's fucked up.
No, absolutely. Which I just fucking fixed.
Obviously, Brooke and Scott are familiar with each other, and curiously, Scott holds nothing back when describing exactly how the incident went down. It's clear that Scott is the one at fault here, so before going any further, Brooke decides to call back to the base to ask whether or not it's okay for her to be handling this incident.
This crash, Birdie, so come work it? Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've worked a crash with one of us in it, so... No, he's not on duty. He's in his POV. I just didn't want there to be any, like, conflict of interest type issues. Alright, that was it. I just wanted to make sure. Alright, bye. Damn it, Birdie.
Brooke is given the go-ahead and told that there should be no issues with her handling this case, but that was before she noticed this.
You good?
Wait.
Huh?
Wait on his way.
He's not coming. Good?
Walking home, but yep, I'm good.
So, Birdie, you giving me some indicators?
Oh.
Listen.
Woman.
Listen. Valdez is coming out just to... I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
She's on her way?
Yeah, she's on her way. I'm not really comfortable with this whole thing at all, but I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
Oh no, I don't mean to put you in that Yep.
From now on, you know how it goes. You can't consume anything, okay? Because right now you're being detained.
Wait, what?
It's obvious that Scott is under the influence of something. Judging by his slurred speech, slowed reactions, and slight loss of motor control, Brooke is fairly sure he's been drinking. At this point, Scott is no longer her supervisor. He's just a suspect in a case, and what's more, he's drunk and likely unpredictable, a combination which can be incredibly threatening to a female officer.
Please don't make my life difficult.
I would never do that to you.
Okay, I'm very uncomfortable right now.
And I apologize for putting you in that position. Are you on?
Yes, I am. And I'm going to remain on for integrity. You know you can't smoke right now.
Why?
Because if I'm going to do a DUI investigation, it impedes it, so you can't consume anything. I want to get that dog. That is a really cute dog.
Fear aggression issue.
You can always train a dog. You can't consume anything. You're killing me.
I'm trying.
But too late now!
After a short wait, another officer arrives at the scene, meaning they can finally start getting to the bottom of all of this with some sobriety tests. These lasted over 10 minutes, but it's not hard to tell how they went by just looking at a few seconds of them.
You may begin the test.
1, 2, 3.
Judging by this and the overwhelming amounts of evidence against him at this point, the officers thought it was safe to conclude that Scott had been drinking that night and decided it was time to put him in cuffs. Something he was far from happy about.
There's things that we can do to fix this, but...
It's got the hinge locks.
Okay. Good to go?
Despite Scott being one of the most polite and respectful suspects ever on this channel, he was actually hit with a better sentence than the majority of criminal cops. After blowing a .156 back at the station, he was charged with driving under the influence and damaging property. He was ordered to pay just under $1,000 in fines, serve 50 hours of community service, and take multiple substance abuse and DUI classes, and had his driver's license suspended for 6 months. He was also sued by the driver of the vehicle he hit, and a cash settlement was reached. And on top of all of that, he also was suspended without pay for a week and given a last chance agreement, meaning one more slip up and he was out for good.
On May 1st, 2023, a deputy conducting stationary radar noticed a vehicle with heavily tinted windows and no front license plate in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Upon catching up to the vehicle, he initiated a traffic stop. The driver was soon identified as a 30-year-old male named Eugene.
Hi there. Deputy Burkles at Sheriff's Office. Got your driver's license on you?
When asked for his ID, he fumbled around the center console and checked the back seat, unaware that it had been in his front pocket the entire time.
Just because of the window tint. Oh, really? Yeah, I just purchased it. Okay, gotcha. Where'd you buy it from? Chicago? Gotcha. Okay, all right. Do you have proof of insurance for the vehicle at all? Where are you coming from?
In speaking with Eugene, he displayed signs of nervousness, such as trembling hands, avoiding direct eye contact, and coming from an area notorious for drug trafficking.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's all right. While you're working on your insurance, I'll be right back with you then, okay? All right.
While reviewing Eugene's criminal history, the deputy discovered he was a convicted felon with 2 prior convictions for possession of heroin with intent to deliver.
What's up, man?
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going. How's this going?
Good. He's really nervous. He was looking for his ID for a while, and it was in his front pocket the entire time. Doesn't want to make eye contact with me. Says he's coming from Milwaukee. He said that he just bought the car from somebody in Chicago, but he's had the car since the 1st of February. He's got a drug history. Pull him out, see if he'll give consent. Otherwise, I'll run the dog, so.
When asked to exit the vehicle, he questioned the reason behind it while simultaneously glancing down at the shifter of his car and surveying his surroundings.
All right, you want to hop on out real quick for me, man? We're just going to walk right to the front of the car, okay? Just hop on out of the car. What's that? Just because I want to talk to you at the front of your car. I didn't say you did anything wrong. I just want to talk to you at the front of your car. I want to talk to you then. Just, can you hop on out of the car for me? Oh, you don't got to be scared. Is there anything to be scared about?
As expected, Eugene swiftly placed the vehicle into drive and rapidly fled at a high velocity.
Just hop on out of the car, okay? Don't. 90, 1080. Vehicle took off. We're 41 northbound. Speeds right now are 95 to 100. Didn't want to get out of the car. Driving around vehicles right now. Road conditions are dry. Traffic's light. Speeds are 110.
He proceeded to drive in a reckless manner, causing other drivers to quickly maneuver and evade potential collisions.
You have the driver identified and 155 dispatch easy local and so you can check with Mike.
The time we're on to Winnebago right now, I believe State is in the chase with 90, but we will call their dispatch.
Speeds are 130.
Due to Eugene traveling in excess of 130 miles per hour, the deputy made the decision to terminate the pursuit.
I'm going to be terminated here at 41 and he's pulling pretty far away from me and I'm starting to lose visual.
1040.
90, I am terminating at 41 northbound and Nora. He just advised Winnebago and also Kelly Met is he's staying there. He's going back to his address. 90, I can be checking the last known direction of travel just to make sure you don't
10-4, Sheriff 90.
Lone occupant in the vehicle, nobody else with him. Was driving on the shoulder multiple times during the pursuit as well.
Copy that, and I'm assuming the driver was the RO.
Over.
While continuing in the direction of Eugene, dispatch received a call from a witness saying they saw his vehicle crash and the driver fleeing on foot.
We have a the subject on the line states that that vehicle hit the median near County Highway N and the subject took off running into a cornfield. We're still getting further information. I'm not sure, we'll check. Stand by, I'll let you know. We're still getting further information. Sounds like he was last seen headed back toward his vehicle, which hit the median on N. He should be on N. Caller, could you give any more description of the vehicle that...
Deputies were able to quickly locate his disabled vehicle and noticed someone pointing in the direction of a field. Subsequently, they observed Eugene standing in the field and advised him to get on the ground, in which he complied and gave himself up.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Do not move!
7-6, we have a gunpoint on end.
7-6, copy. You have him at gunpoint on N. Other units, copy.
Get your hands behind your back now. Don't move. Do you understand? You're what? You're high?
Upon taking him into custody, a large sum of cash was located in his pockets.
You have anything on you I should be concerned about? Sheriff 7-6 for 1095. Units can slow it down.
Sheriff 7-6, I copy 1095. Other units, slow down.
Are you injured at all? No? Okay. Alright, roll over the other direction. What's your name, bud? What's that? Eugene? Alright. What's that?
Nobody else in the vehicle, we're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure of it, but let's just check just in case. Clear. Why don't you get to your knees? Stand up for me.
Copy, vehicle.
Alright. We'll go back this way. I kind of figured that's how that was.
The Hate Army troll.
It's the Hate Army,
bro.
The Hate Army.
Shout
that
out
guy.
to Hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
Hate
out to
Army.
Hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out
Shout
for
out to
hate.
Hate.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
I got to give you guys a big heads up. This one will actually directly affect all of us here. Are you ready for this? This is a very important news story. All right? So I received a message this morning from YouTube. Okay? This message is in regards, supposedly, to the future of advertisements on YouTube. All right? So basically, here's the deal. YouTube always has given you full freedom to control all of the advertisements that run on all of your content. And what I mean by that is you can choose, it's usually after the fact, by the way, and I should clarify there. If you upload a video to YouTube, you can monetize it. Then once that video has been fully processed, all right, you can then actually specifically choose where and how many specific advertisements you'd like to place on a particular video. Usually, people just let it be automated. I do. I upload so much content, there's no way with, you know, all the content I'm uploading that I could just sit here and hand curate each advertisement and place it perfectly on the video. I allow YouTube to determine where they want to put the advertisements on my content. So usually that's a pre-roll, meaning before the video starts there's an ad. Then usually there's a couple mid-rolls, meaning somewhere during the video by a predetermined, you know, formula or algorithm that runs, it tries to figure out the best places to place advertisements. And then after the video ends, there's usually a post-roll. All right, that's usually how it works. Now on my streams, it's a little different. On my streams, I actually don't control what ads you see, except for when I want to do an actual scheduled ad break. Okay, so for example, when this stream started today, I have no idea if any of you saw an ad. I should ask the question right now. For everyone here, we have over 400 viewers, by the way. Wow, thanks for the viewership today. How many of you saw an advertisement when you turned on the stream today? Did any of you see an advertisement at all? Because I actually don't know how it works. Yes, you did? Yes, you did. You did see one when it started. I didn't. I did. So some people did and some people didn't. Don't know what the criteria or basis for that is, but some did and some didn't, okay? Double M said, I saw 2 identical Walmart ads play back to back. That's just very effective advertising, isn't it? Okay, so then you should technically not see any advertisements on my stream unless I choose to run an ad break. The way it works is there's actually a button on the stream that says insert ad. And when I click it, essentially it'll play like a minute ad on which, if you watch, I make some money. Of course, YouTube makes money on that too. So I should technically be able to control all advertisements during the stream. Once the stream goes offline, usually I do an outro ad break where I'll run a manual ad break as the stream goes offline, and that's it. Now, earlier this year, YouTube tried to sneak something in. They have a new thing that they call automatic ad breaks, okay? Now, the way that this works, it's right here. Automatically place mid-roll ads during your stream. By default, mid-rolls are placed to balance viewer experience and creator revenue. Ads are not guaranteed, and not all viewers will get an ad. Viewers served ads will rejoin the stream automatically after the ads are skipped or ended. Okay? So this is an option that YouTube added out of the blue, didn't talk about it, and it appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the year, and I disabled it because the first day it went, people were saying, Phil, did you know that ads are just playing randomly in the middle of your gameplay? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? So I looked into it, and I found this new option that was on by default, and I was like, why is that on? I didn't turn that on. I want to control ad breaks on my streams, okay? So I disabled it, and now you guys, again, you'll basically just get an ad at the beginning of the stream, ad at the end of the stream, and if I choose to do an ad break, okay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell you, it looks like that might be changing. You ready? I'm reading this word for word, that coming in November, changes are coming to live streams. And one of the major changes that I have noticed, all right, is this. New mid-roll ad breaks for live streams. To help creators earn while live streaming, creators can opt to have YouTube optimize or self-select mid-roll ads to appear at set intervals during a live stream. Before an ad appears in the live control room, creators will see a 60-second countdown with an option to skip that ad. Soon we're introducing a new delay ads button to delay mid-rolls and live display ads from appearing for 10 minutes. If an ad is skipped or delayed, the insert ads button can be used to manually insert a mid-roll at any time. So from what I'm surmising from that, it sounds like they're trying to force advertisements on stream, that they don't feel like they're making enough revenue on live streams, and they want more ads on them. So if they're forcing it, all I can do is click delay, delay, delay. If I notice that it's saying, oh, an ad's gonna play, I can try to actively delay it. But I guarantee you what's gonna end up happening is I'm not gonna notice it all the time. I'm gonna play a game, I'll be in the middle of the podcast talking with you guys, and one's gonna sneak in. And it doesn't seem like there's much I can really do about that. I can do my best to try to put it under control. If there is still the option to enable or disable, I'll try to disable. As I tell you guys, I don't like monetizing you. I like that if someone wants to actively support my content, they will. Whether it's through a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, a gifted membership, or a tip. I feel like if I'm putting out meaningful content for you, you will support that content, correct? So you choose to support, not you're forced to support, right? Particularly, as I've said, when we're here on a live stream, and during said live stream, I'm doing something meaningful. We're in the middle of a big discussion. There's a big boss fight or something going on in a video game. You want to be interrupted with an ad? And by the way, when the ad goes away, you've missed what happened during the ad. It's not like the stream's on pause and then it resumes. No, you missed what actively happened. during the ad. So you missed whatever happened live when YouTube decided to just play the ad. That's kind of shitty, isn't it? Now,
what is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and yes, it's that time of the week, folks, where we take a look at the financial data for DSP Gaming and DSP React, and we make sure that the business is solid and Phil has enough liquidity for his day off. That's right, folks, and this week is especially critical, being that Phil has one additional bill to add to the pile, and that is the cat birthday bill. That's right, folks. Oh my lord. And if we understand Phil correctly, that's going to be some additional funds that he has to whip out of his wallet. But of course, we all know with all birthdays, holidays, Valentine's Day, anniversaries, something weird ends up happening where the plans are foiled and Phil ends up going home with Kat and ordering DoorDash and playing Skyrim or Starfield, I guess, this time. So I'm pretty sure that'll happen this time around as well. Anyway, as you guys know, our boy Phil went on BegCon 1 last night on the Daily Rap video, making the whale call, bringing awareness. That's right, the keyword is awareness that support's been slow. Mainly the tips, and I'm here to tell you folks, spoiler alert, that is the case. Oh my lord, our boy Phil had a rough week this week. Although the super chats went up a little bit, the tips just dropped, and he essentially just kind of balanced it out. So okay, as you guys know, the work week started on September 1st and extended all the way through September 6th, and if we take a look at the total tips, Phil pulled in $657. That is compared to $917 from the previous week. Oh my lord, that is bad. And of course, you guys know he did the 15-year Legacy Marathon, which netted him $386. So if you take that out, he basically made as much tips as he did last week. For super chats for that same time period, Phil pulled in $526. So that was a bump. Last week he pulled in $426. So if you take the totals for tips and super chats, Phil pulled in $1,183 for the work week. Now compare that to last week. You can see there was a big dip. So total support for last week was $1,343. So Phil pulled in almost $200 less this week than he pulled in last week. And mainly, if you look at the tips, that tip support dropped almost $300 from last week, and we know that Phil needs that tip money for WWE Champions, and he needs it for Jen. He does, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get his wife a discounted Yankee candle. So Phil definitely needs the money, and it just didn't happen. I mean, we were talking about Phil having to eat ham sandwiches, and then it got so bad that he started having to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm here to tell you folks, it's worse than that now. Phil is now having to resort to saltine crackers and water. That's right. The cherry juice, the brand cherry juice, that's out the door, folks. That's out the door. He can't even afford the store brand cherry juice. So it's just going to be water and saltine crackers for this week because tips are just abysmal. As Phil likes to say, the tips are abysmal. And I can see why he went on that BegCon 1 last night. I mean, he was desperate. If you guys caught any of the Street Fighter content, he was pissed. He was upset. He wasn't pissed because he was playing terrible. He was playing Luke, and he was just trash and casual. It wasn't that. It was the support. And if you just imagine if 1 Minute Man, I mean, excuse me, not 1 Minute Man, if OIC didn't come in and drop those 20 members, Phil would have exploded straight up. He would have just exploded. But of course, it doesn't matter to Phil because Phil doesn't see support holistically. He simply looks at every single aspect of support individually. Ad revenue, tips, super chat, and so on. He looks at them separately. And if one is lacking, that's not gonna turn out well for Phil. Mind you, this week was pretty bad. 1 Minute Man actually, or Phil, actually was the leader for 4 streams. So out of the 12 streams Phil did, 4 were the tip leader was 1 Minute Man. You know it's bad when 1 Minute Man is your highest tipper. And I can see why Phil lost it, you know, pretty much lost it last night, and did that 15-minute rant about support. Yep. So it's getting bad, folks. Expect more of those. I can see him doing a special video, especially if this week if support is slow or similar to this week. I can see him doing one of these special videos, or maybe losing it. I mean, I can see him using his podcast, extending the podcast, and just ranting and raving about support. Very similar to like what he did 2 years ago back in October when he didn't hit the membership goal and he just lost it. He didn't hit the membership goal in August, and he ranted and raved in September, and then in October he needed money for new games and he just lost his shit. It was beautiful. So we may get one of those again, trust me. I don't care that he's trying to look good in front of Moist Critical or Asthma Gold or whoever. I'm sorry, there gets to a point in Phil's business that he's gonna realize he's gonna have to beg hardcore, and he's just gonna go ahead and do it. Okay, folks, so we want to take a look. So we have the numbers too for each month, which I reported out last month. In August, Phil pulled in $3,386. So for the first work week, he pulled in $1,183. So if he keeps this pace up, he'll make more than what he did in August. He'll be in between like August and July. So he may make between $3,500 and $4,000 for super chats and tips. But you know, usually the first week is usually Phil's best week. It is. And don't forget, there is no special marathon event this month. Phil's not doing one, so he doesn't have that. So you guys have to remember that he had that special marathon last month, and that helped boost his support. And even at that, he struggled to make a little over $3,000. So he knows it, and that's the reason why he's kind of in a bit of a panic. So Phil, I suggest you go to Walmart. The Great Value saltine cracker brands are chef's kiss. They're delicious. Get those and get yourself some Great Value water bottles, and you can make, you know, several meals out of the week. You can have saltine crackers and water. It's very filling. If you can afford to put a little bit of butter on the cracker, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Alrighty, folks. So let's compare year over year on how Phil did. So we're gonna look at 2023 first. So as you can see, for the year so far, Phil pulled in $38,375 in tips. Compare that to last year, he pulled in $45,026. So he is down negative 15% year over year for the same time period. If we take a look at super chats, Phil pulled in this year so far $15,726, and then for the same period in 2022, he pulled in $18,008. Wow, that's a pretty sharp decline there, Phil, for a negative 13%. And then if you add the totals up for 2023, Phil has made $54,101. Again, tips and super chats, just tips and super chats. Compare that to last year, where he made $63,034. He is down negative 14%. Negative 14%, Phil. You got September, most of September, October, November. You have almost 3 months, 3.5 months, Phil, to get that up. And you're running out of time. You're running out of time. Unless you get lucky this holiday season and people feel festive and want to tip you, there's no way you're going to be hitting what you got in 2022. You're actually going to be at a deficit. And yeah, Phil, I mean, that's what happens when you rely on whales to prop up your channel. And you lost many of them. You lost Emil, you lost Game Tracker, you've lost you know, Rob on Wheels. You know, there were about 4 or 5 dents that supported regularly that no longer support. I mean, Jinx is gone. Ever since you docked him, he left. He was one of your biggest whales at the beginning of this year. And you really only have OIC. That's it. That's all you have. And OIC is a fickle motherfucker. OIC will come and support you just to stick it to the trolls for a month or two, and then he'll disappear for 8 months. So you relying on OIC, you better cast that net out and make sure you can cast that net out pretty far, and you can land yourself a whale or two, because you're gonna need it, Phil. You're gonna need it because, I mean, I know you plan, you rely on the hardcore gaming season to occur. I'm not seeing it this year, Phil. Starfield and Armored Core couldn't save the channel. What else is there? Call of Duty? Call of Duty doesn't pay the bills for you. What else is coming out there that you don't want to play Baldur's Gate 3, which is the hottest game out there, and you refuse to play it? So what is it, Phil? Anyway, I envision Phil having to choose between dinner and WWE Champions, and of course the always well choose WWE Champions. Ron Emoji in the chat. Oh my lord, those saltine crackers are going to be hard to swallow. Make sure you drink plenty of water though, Phil, because those crackers, once they hit the saliva in your throat, they just swell up in your throat, and if you don't have enough water, you can be in some real problems. So just put a little bit of butter on it. Put a little bit of butter or a little bit of margarine, and it'll help you swallow it. Have like maybe, I don't know, 10 crackers with some water. That'll fill you up. That's a comparable dinner right there. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cat, if you're listening, happy birthday. I hope you actually get that dinner out and not actually gas station sushi, as Phil plans to give you this day. So peace out.